morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where hopefully can give you a little trading inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. So imagine this. It's Saturday, December 30th, 2023. You've just crushed your sales goals for the year. You're feeling on top of the world, knowing how much work and dedication you put in to achieve that goal, and you still got a couple days left before the close to continue crushing it. Your team is celebrating with you. It feels fantastic. Managers, this is the feeling your sales teams are striving for. It's the feeling that you need to be striving for. It's the feeling of knowing that you've given it your all and achieved something truly great. And you need every one of your salespeople to have this experience for you to crush your store's sales goals between now and the end of the year. To achieve this, everyone needs to have clear, realistic goals that guarantee the store crushes theirs. A few weeks ago, I was at this store. It's such a great example. A few weeks ago, I was with my man, Sean. He's the GM of Fort Ocala in the Villages. And at his monthly kickoff meeting, where the entire sales team circles up in the prep bay and individually declares in front of their managers, fellow salespeople, how many vehicles they sold last month, how many they plan on selling this month, and how many units they currently have out. Then, every day thereafter, this happens in the individual sales team morning meetings. That's accountability. That's holding your team to their commitments, pushing them to strive for greatness, and if they start slipping, being there to give them the lift they need for success. Managers, to achieve this every day, you need to be asking yourself, how much quality time am I investing in my people, and am I setting them up for success? Here's where you start. Make sure your team have game plans that are attached to every revenue stream: phone, internet, service drive, B-backs, referrals, Dirty 30 equity customers, previous customers. That's just to name a few. Be persistent and consistent in making sure your team is being proactive on their outbound, because if you think you're hitting your goals sitting around in this economy, not working your ABCs and waiting for that up bus, you're out of your mind. Finally, I need you to focus on stopping the leaks. Who knows how many deals all of you left on the table month after month this year. It's time to end the leaks and the spills. Hold your team accountable and plug those leaks. If you need help where to start looking, call us. We got your back. Listen, it's not going to be easy. You are going to have to work hard, stay focused, hold everyone accountable equally, and never give up. But I know that you can do it. You have the skills, the talent, and the determination for success. Now put it to good use. Get out there and crush it. I'll see you next week. Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. We have been talking about it. We've been feeling it in our gut. We've been experiencing it in conversations with customers day in and out. We are at an absolute crucial moment in the economics of our industry. They are changing again, and we need to be persistent and consistent to drive success. That's why this month at Allen Ram, we are focusing on growing your gross. Why? Because there are countless economic factors. They're chipping away at your gross. And even though we've seen used car prices moving, they're moving up right now. That's exactly what Manheim's saying. There are many factors. We know it. The UAW strike expansion, it's having a huge impact on those OEMs, makes and models. So what I need you to capitalize on is grabbing inventory now. Stop going to the freaking auction because it's costing you more gross, all because no one is asking for it. My role is to help you be ready for any scenario and stay recession-proof. There is no better way than to make sure you're using Allen's Trade Hook on every customer interaction. Specifically, let's focus on the 3 W's. What are you driving now? When was the last time your car was appraised? And whether you buy a car from us or not, and I hope you do, but even if you don't, absolutely give my professional appraiser an opportunity to look at your car. Because if he looks at it, likes it, and decides to buy it, we'll cut you a check and you can spend your money anywhere you want. The 3 W's. Drill them with your team this morning. Make sure they are using it on every single inbound, outbound, digital, social, showroom, and service customer. This isn't an option. You need the cars now at the right price to finish this year strong. And these cars are being driven by every person
you communicate with. And don't forget about all the ones sitting in your database just waiting for your call. You need the 3 W's to get that inventory. What are you driving now? When was the last appraisal? And whether you buy a car from us or not, I promise you, the only thing you have to lose by not using the 3 W's on every call is good, below, or at market inventory with no auction or transport fees. And frankly, a lot less recon. Without capitalizing on every trade opportunity, the only place these cars are going is to your competitors. So let me ask you, you want to put that Christmas money in your competitor's pocket or yours? I know you need that money for Christmas. Let's make this the best one. Share this video with your team this morning. Make my words yours. Either way, it doesn't matter. Get that inventory. I want you to crush it. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. I want to talk about the top questions you're getting from customers these days. Do you have stock number 1, 2, 3, 4? Do you have that red Escape? What are your interest rates? And of course, the old, how much is it? Is your price online really the real price? Where do you think customers are coming up with these questions these days? They're getting it from the news. Every news story about the auto industry for the last several months has been that inventory is low, there's a strike going on, interest rates are the highest they've been in a decade. One day used car prices are up, the next day they're down. You're going to pay more than ever for that used or new vehicle because prices are higher than they've ever been. And based on which of those stories your customers watched or which one hit a nerve during their shopping cycle, that's the first thing that's coming out of their mouth. We talk a lot about these days about how customers are so smart because all the answers are at their fingertips. But the reality is they still don't know what to ask. They only ask questions because you're not asking them. So someone's got to take control of the conversation. Salespeople, you need to be taking control of conversations. Every phone call I listen to these days is filled with shoppers asking questions and salespeople answering them. And then a bunch of dead air while someone's thinking of what the hell to say next. Where's your game plan? Where's your control? Do you think you're providing a good experience by acting like a robot and answering customers' questions that do not get them anywhere closer to a buying decision? Before you start speaking, do you even think, how am I going to get the customer from you picked a great time to call on Escapes? With your permission, I'd like to ask you a few questions about that Escape, right to when would be a good time for us to get together? As a matter of fact, what are you doing right now? To have control of the conversation, you need to have a plan. Use your word tracks and keep the conversation moving. Dead air is dead deals. Dead air happens when you do not know where to take the conversation. You have no plan, no control. Know where you're taking the conversation. A great greeting. Take control with the pack. Qualify them. Open up the inventory options. Hook that trade and make that appointment. All the while, I want you to be excited and smiling as you talk. The low energy I hear on phones today is killing you. So we have a game plan and are working our word tracks right from hello to show. We are pumped up, driving traffic into our showroom. I want you persistent and consistent. Listen, this morning I got to give a big shout out to my guy, Mike Connolly. I'm in the Seattle, Washington area, and I got to say hi to him. Get out there and crush it today. I'll see y'all next week. Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. It's the last weekend of the month, and you know how we do the last meetings of the month. We keep it positive, to the point, and focus on one skill to help us sell a few extra cars that we just didn't plan on. You just hung up on a call. You know you crushed it. You built the trust, opened the inventory, hooked the trade, made that appointment sticky. The customer's gonna be in tomorrow at 11. Now what? Give yourself a fist bump
high-five the managers, grab a cup of coffee, and hang out at the point? No way. Come on. You know this program better than that. We live in the world of Alan Ram ABCs, not Alec Baldwin ABCs. What are your activities between customers? What are you doing when you have no customer in front of you? I don't care if you're in the BDC or the sales floor. As soon as you hang up that phone, you put all your notes into the CRM. The reason why I say put your notes in the CRM after the call is because I expect you to have pen and paper at your desk to take notes so you're focused on speaking to the customer. If anyone taught you to type right into the CRM as you're talking to a customer, they taught you all wrong. If you sit and type into the CRM while talking to the customers, you're not following the customer. You're not following your agenda. You're following the CRM's agenda, not your word tracks. You're too busy pointing, clicking, typing. You can't focus on anything the customer's saying, and you lost complete control of the conversation. Remember, you only have 2, maybe 4 good conversations with buyers a day, so before you get on a call or answer a lead, let's be professional and be prepared. Have your ADAPT workbook at your ready, a writing utensil, something to write on all in front of you, and then and only then are you ready to contact the next lead or pick up the phone call. Stop winging it. It looks cool, but it won't sell you anything. Preparation is the key to taking control of the conversation. And we all know when you are in control, success is the only possible outcome. Get that out there and crush it today. Have a killer close. I'll see you next week.